Just waiting for it to start recording. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's recording.
Okay.
So we've already looked at the lookups, and they're done at database level, and then it cases it through. Once we use the wizard, or even once you create a form, it's using those lookup wizards, and it's much better because we're pulling real information from the database. It's much easier for the user. However, there's a few things we could improve on here, because even once we've selected those things, it's still not overly clear with things like the seat number and the customer ID. So a couple of things that I do want to change on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at this one in Design View. See what we can do. Now, if I make this field, so I'm just going to show you, remember, if we want to just do one of them, I can just click there, and so it's not changing the thing as well. I'm clicking in here because the cust ID is only small, that number. Oops, I did lose that one. What did I undo? However, when we look at this one in here, we can look at the data, see where it's coming from. It's coming from the customer table, and the bound column is 1. The control source is cust ID. Well, do I want the control source to be cust ID, or do I want it to be seat number? Don't know. So, oh, sorry for that one. It's seat ID. Yeah, that's for that. So we're going to go on to the format of it. And if we look at the format of it, you can see here, column count 3, column widths. There's nothing in there because it balances those widths out for the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, actually, when I do my drop down, I don't care what the customer ID says. I'm going to make that 0, and I'm going to make it 3 and 3. So I'm just separating those with commas because it's a bit small on there. And I want to see if that's going to do anything. So again, we do it step by step. You can see whether it works or not, or whether I have to have this field bigger. So let's just go and close that off. So now in here, you can see it's hidden that first one. It's still binding by there, but we've got those on. So it's still smaller. So I'm going to go back and change that again. Design View. So now, as you saw, the name was on there. And what's happened is it's hidden that customer ID. Even though it's binding the customer ID, it's only showing the customer. So go back in, hit that Design View. So save that. And here, now I can showing me the different things, but it's hiding the ID number. It's still going to, so I'm just go and check it. So I'm going to create a new record. I'm going to do it for today's date, the 17th. Seat number, we'll have seat number 15, and seats type will be an adult, and for Bob. I'll just go to the next record. That's fine. So I'm going to close that off. And when I look at bookings, the booking isn't saving Bob, it's saving his ID number, which is nice and clean in the data, because I don't need it all filling up with names in here. The data is still correct, but the form allowed me just to pull the name and just show the name, which makes it a lot more sense. If we go back into here again, let's look at design. Sometimes it doesn't like you having things open when you're doing it. So I'm going to go back into Design View and look at this one. And I've got the 3 column counts, so 0, 3, and 3. I wonder if there's anywhere else in here I can say where it is. I think that's it. That's fine. So it might be that I want to, rather than putting Matthew, I might put the surname in there rather than that, but that makes it as sensible as it is.